Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm bringing you the start of my April Disis19 Diaries. So I'm in a little bit of a different area. As you can see, I'm in the parking lot. I'm actually moving out of my office today, so I have gotten permission to work from home permanently. So we're here cleaning out the office. It is Tuesday, April 5th, I believe. And so I thought it would be interesting just to take one last video clip in the office. If you've watched any of my videos prior to the lockdown, so early 2020, 2019, you've probably seen some of my videos were filmed in this office. And so I thought it would be nice to just say goodbye to it for one last time. So I will take you inside one last time. I'll film a clip there, but I'm not gonna run the camera while I'm cleaning or anything like that. So yeah, I just wanted to open up this diary entry and let you know what was going on, and I will talk to you in a bit. Hi everyone, so I'm doing my last check-in here at my office. So we are pretty much packed up and ready to go. We're gonna have to make a couple of trips down to the car. But I just wanted to film a clip here one last time for nostalgia's sake. And yeah, so it has been interesting. The office is pretty empty today, so I didn't run into too many people. But just to see my office life packed up in boxes is a little bit strange. But I'm going to take all of this home and then figure out what to do with it then. But yeah, so here is my check-in before I leave the office for the last time. I will probably be back here, well, not in this particular space, but in the office in general, like maybe once a month or so. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. I feel like I'm going to be a stranger here, if you know what I mean. But I kind of already feel that way to begin with, because our office is our employees. The company that I work for is kind of small, and so we've merged into a larger company, and it's just been a little bit strange, but you know how that goes. Anyway, I need to get a move on because I do still have to take all of this home and then get it all in my house and then finish out my work day. So I hope you're all having a good one, and I'll check back in with you later. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Saturday, April 9th, and I am here to close out this diary entry. So I have done quite a bit of filming today. Filmed my What I've Been Warming video, I filmed the Scentsy haul, and I have filmed my manga haul for the month of March. So this is the last video I'm filming for today, but I just wanted to close out this diary entry. I did take you with me to the office, so that was kind of bittersweet, just knowing that that office was no longer going to be mine. But at the same time, I am glad that I no longer have to commute back and forth from the office regularly. I will still have to go to the office to sign documents and do some stuff for clients maybe once a month, but I won't have to be there regularly. I won't have to spend the gas to go to the office, and I don't have to worry about if I am working overtime being the only one left in the office when I'm going down to the parking lot and being alone, and that can be scary, especially when it gets darker earlier. So I don't have to worry about any of that anymore. And so the pros definitely outweigh the cons, but I'm still a little bit bittersweet about the fact that I lost my office. That's okay though. I can work from home permanently now, and I'm much happier working from home. And so, yeah. What has not made me happy, though, is the fact that it's been 97 degrees this week. It's about 90 today. Yesterday was horrible. The day before that was horrible. It is going to get back down into the 70s, I believe, this coming week, which I am so looking forward to,
because I am not ready for summer weather yet. It's too early for summer weather for me, and I'm never ready for summer weather. I think you know that about me by now, but I absolutely hate summer temperatures. But, it's just how things are, and so I deal with it, but I don't want to have to deal with it this early in the year. This is just so weird. But that's pretty much everything that's happened recently. Oh, I gave myself a home haircut yesterday. So I did chop off about 5 inches or so. I just did a blunt cut. I saw a video on YouTube on how to give yourself your own haircut. I think it was from Brad Mundo or something like that. I just did a straight cut. I didn't put in any layers. I may still do that, but as of right now, I don't think so, because usually during the summertime, I just keep my hair up either in a bun or in a ponytail. And so it doesn't really make sense to put in the extra layers. I think probably towards the end of the year I will, and that's just one less thing I actually have to go see somebody to have done. I never really enjoy getting my hair done. I always feel so awkward having to try to make conversation with somebody. For a while, I was going to get my hair like professionally dyed and like put like highlights in and things like that, but it just started to be a lot of money, and at the time I was on furlough, and so I had a pay cut because of that. And it was a good reason to have a pay cut, because we were trying to retain employees at a time when the economy was not great. And so just everything that, I had a new car payment at the same time, and so I just decided to let it go. I did enjoy going to get my hair done at that time because it was somebody that I regularly saw, but I just never had that ever again. I didn't have that kind of relationship with a hairstylist before then, and so it's just kind of awkward for me going to get my hair done. And then, I'm not really the type of person that will talk to somebody that I don't know a lot. I'm not the type of person that will come up with things to say, and so it's really awkward for me just sitting in that chair. I don't mind not talking. I don't mind there being a lot of silence. But that feeling where, you get expectation that there's supposed to be conversation, or if there's no conversation, your hairstylist is like talking trash about another hairstylist. I've gotten that one before. It's just really awkward for me. So doing my own hair at home just makes more sense for me. I don't mind it, and it's not like I really need to get very fancy with my hair anymore, especially now that I'm going to be home more often, which I enjoy. So I gave myself a little bit of a home haircut. I did put in some semi-permanent, because it'll take a few washes to come out dye in, but I don't think it's done anything. If anything, it's made my hair a little bit darker, but to be honest, the color I put in was a blue-black. And so going on my hair, it looked blue. I mean, the color was blue. I mixed it in with conditioner and I just let it sit for a few hours. I've done that before with the same kind of brand with a burgundy color, and that did well. My hair was tinted a reddish color. But my daughter had wanted this blue-black one, and it just didn't work on her hair. But her hair has not ever been dyed before. And so I thought that's why it didn't work. And so I thought, I'll just use it on my own. My hair has been dyed. I've used home box color and stuff. But I don't think it's done anything. I mean, I feel like my hair looks darker, but it's definitely not blue. Which is fine. I don't mind. It doesn't matter to me. I just wish that it would color some of the white strands that I have poking out here. I started going white pretty early. I found my first white hair at 16. And so, yeah, my dad's almost completely white now. So I don't think that's where I'm going. I would much prefer it if I would go completely white. But I think I'm going to be more like my mom, where my hair is more on the dark side with a lot of white individual strands, which I'm not too happy about. I would much prefer being completely white. But, it is what it is. My coworker, she has decided to stop coloring her hair because we're not going to the office anymore. She didn't have to do the upkeep because she would dye her hair blonde. And so she decided to just stop since we weren't going into the office. And hers is coming in a gorgeous white color. Just completely white. I'm so jealous. But yeah, nothing much else has gone on since I talked to you on Tuesday when I went to go clean out my office. As far as reading goes, it is 9 days into April and I have not yet finished a book. In fact, I have not even made great progress in a book, and so that's concerning to me. I did pick up Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes because my hold from the library came in again, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to read it. And so it's not one of the books that is on my TBR for the month. I did not think that it was going to take me this long to read it, but it is what's happening. I think for the most part in this one, I am enjoying it. I am finding things interesting. What I don't like is that we're bouncing back and forth between present and past, and I think the fact that we're having the present sections gives away some stuff that kind of ruins the story for me. Like, the very first time we jump into the present, we're told a few things, and I'm just like, why? What was the need for that? I don't understand. If things were just told in a chronological order, I think the story would have worked much better for me. But now that I know certain things have happened because of those time skips back to the present, I'm kind of losing that anticipation. Like, yeah. So I'm trugging along with that. I'm about 30% in. I did have an audiobook copy from the library as well. But upon listening to it for the first time, the story just wasn't as interesting to me listening to it as it was reading it. So I decided to drop the audiobook. To me, audiobooks are completely reliant on how well the narration is. And the narration for this audiobook just kind of pulled me out of the story. The voice of the narrator is not kind of what I heard when I was reading the actual text, because I did start reading this one on the ebook copy. So I kind of already had like a voice in my head, which I guess that was my own fault. But yeah, the audiobook just did not work for me. So I'm reading this one on ebook instead. The other book I picked up is for my TBR game, my Rotating Decks TBR game, and that's Allegiant by Veronica Roth. This is the third book in the Divergent series. This is my punishment pick because we did get a draw for a while during the game, and so I thought I better start with this one because this one is going to take me the longest to get through just because of my hesitation on reading it. The whole reason why it's in that punishment deck is because it's taken me this long to finally get to it. It is not a book I was looking forward to reading. I have a feeling, a very strong feeling, I know how this story will end. And for me right now, it's just a matter of getting to that ending and figuring out if I was right. Which, if I am right, that's the whole reason why I didn't want to read this last book in the first place. But it is what it is. I do feel like I remembered enough where I dropped into this one after being away from it for years that I didn't need to reread the previous books, which is great because I didn't want to put in that time, especially for a series where I was kind of meh on to begin with. I definitely enjoyed Divergent. The second book kind of fell off for me, and that's where things started going downhill. And I was just like, So, yeah, so far it's just okay. I mean, there's a lot more romance in this book than I would prefer. Just kind of like lovey-dovey type stuff. I am more interested in the other things that are happening, but like I said, I am anticipating that the end is going to be something that I would have preferred that it won't be, but we'll see if I'm pleasantly surprised or not. I am about 20% of the way into this one. I'm at the beginning of chapter 13, so it's a slow going one for me as well. I am also listening to this one on audiobook, and the narration's just okay. It's got dual POVs, so that's not something I enjoy either. But having the audiobook that has two different narrators for the different POVs is definitely helping. It's helping me not be confused about what's going on and whose side we're seeing things from. So that's nice, but it is taking me a while. And so reading is not going so well. I have been playing a little bit more Fire Emblem Warriors with my daughter, which has been lovely. I did hear back from a couple of you that you prefer the weekly updates, and so I'm going to go ahead and try to continue to do these weekly updates. And yeah, I may have to go to weekly updates for my reading wrap-ups as well, because my wrap-up for March was over an hour long, and I just don't know how people do it. Like, people who read more books than me and have wrap-ups that are like 20 minutes long, so say they read 25 books and their wrap-up's 20 minutes, I'm like, how do you do it? Like, I love to talk about, the books that I read, and I don't feel like I'm spoilery. I do try to talk in generalities, but yeah, my wrap-ups always have been really long, and I just don't feel like I'm giving a good representation about my enjoyment or my dislike about a book if I wrap each book up in a minute or less. I know a lot of people who can do it, and I don't have that ability. I wish I did, but oh my goodness, an hour long. And I don't feel like I read that much in March, but maybe I did. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was more than normal for me. And I do feel like I read a lot of manga, so I was talking about, a couple volumes at a time in one section. Like, I didn't talk about each volume separately, so that cut down on the amount of things that I talked about, but I guess I must have just jabbered on. But yeah, I don't have a wrap-up segment for this week since I haven't finished any books at all yet, so we shall see how that goes. Hopefully I'll finish a book by the next time I talk to you. And that'll pretty much do it for me this week. So let me know down in the comments below if you finished any books this week or since the beginning of April. Have you enjoyed them? If you finished multiple books, do you have a favorite so far of the month? I'd love to know. If nothing else, if you could like this video and leave me a summer fruits type emoji down in the comments below. That would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.